Not only am I a plaid-wearing lumbersexual powerhouse, but I've been told I apparently make a pretty good traditional bowstring with my company Grizzly Strings. Thank you. What I'm going to look at is just a little mini-series on string care. I get emails and messages all the time asking a lot of the same sort of questions over and over again. So I thought I would make a little video to address some of the more common questions that I get regarding strings and string maintenance. So let's have a look at this one down here. So what I wanted to have a little chat to you about is tag ends. Now I get a lot of emails and messages about tag ends and people getting very worried about them. They do look unsightly, and if you don't know, then it may look like your string's coming unraveled, but that's not the case. The tag end is just a result of the way that a Flemish string is made, and they're absolutely nothing to worry about. Some people leave them in, some people don't even bother trimming them off at all. Personally, I like a nice neat string, so I do trim them off. I use a very sharp blade, and I just nip them off like that. Now this string is in the process of being made, so the tag ends are a little bit longer than they would than the tag ends you'd get with normal wear and tear, but it's just a case of nipping them off and then waxing them down, and they disappear. You don't even see them. There are people out there that will burn them off, and I really do not recommend burning a tag end off, not only because putting an open flame next to a bowstring isn't really a good idea. The main reason is because it leaves a little hard knobble that sits in the string, and because the nature of a string, it's always sort of being stretched and compressed, and then sort of what that's going to do, that little knobble's going to be wearing on the splice. This bit of the string is called a splice, just so you know. It's going to be wearing on the splice, and that's going to cause wear and tear, and that's going to degrade your bowstring way quicker than it should. So please don't burn tag ends off. It doesn't matter what string you've got, whether it's one of my strings or a string from somebody else. If you have tag ends, if they are really bothering you, you can be very careful with the blade and nip them off, but don't burn them. It's just going to cause sort of all manner of problems. But yeah, just be mindful, be careful. The string is a really important part of your equipment, and if your string goes, your day shooting's done. I mean, there's a reason why there is that the old-fashioned saying of you know, another string to your bow. The amount of times I've been at a competition and someone's string has failed and they haven't got a spare, so it's always a good idea to carry a spare. Always keep your string waxed. Pay close attention to your tag ends. If you want to take them off, and then or take them off as close as you want to get to the splice, then wax them down. But they really are, it's an aesthetic thing. They don't really cause any problems. Yeah, so just keep an eye out for wear and tear on your string. Don't put an open flame next to it. If you are using a blade, be very careful. But you will, no matter how neatly I trim these tag ends and wax them down, over time they will work themselves out again. That is the nature of the string, sort of being stretched and then compressed again and stretched again. They will work themselves out. They are more prominent on something like this. Now this is a very old string. This is getting on for about, I don't know, 8-9 years old. It's an old B50 Dacron string, and you always find with the softer materials like the B50s and the B55s, you will get more tag ends naturally occurring just because of the stretchiness of the material. If you're using something like a fast flight material, you are going to get less of a tag end, but you are still going to get tag ends. That's just part and parcel of a Flemish twist bowstring. But yeah, that's just about tag ends, really. I hope that's sort of allayed some sort of fears and worries when people get their string and they, you know, tag end pops out. It's absolutely nothing to worry about. Well, that's just been a little bit of advice on some string care. I hope that's kind of made sense to you and is useful to you at the end of the day. Well, anyway, you take care, shoot straight, and I'll see you on the internet. Bye bye.